believe in the falling things at all. Cause life continues as it goes. If you really want to know the truth, the truth isn't being told. No, 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 no. So I said, these are some serious times.
You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Loud and clear?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Lies and realize. So let the sun shine throughout every day. Let the moon shine through the peaceful night. This is 7-time rise and 7-time fall. But I don't really believe in the falling things at all. Cause life continues as it goes. If you really want to know the truth, the truth isn't being told. No, 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 no. So sometimes I think it's peace and safety. It could be a fraud, sudden destruction. Say you wake up this morning, you better give thanks. You don't know if you're gonna live to see tomorrow. Life is much more precious than gold. Yeah, yeah. And if the truth hasn't been told, so I said, these are some serious times. All I can see around us is just violence and crime. Full time for us to centralize, socialize, and realize.
From Kingston, Jamaica to CEO of Billboard King Records, his impact goes far beyond rhythms and music. Kemar FLAVA McGregor is a Billboard charting producer, engineer, and humanitarian whose influence spans reggae and global sounds. His work includes Billboard chart-topping albums such as Sizzla's Speak of Jah 2004, Egyptian's My Name is Egyptian 2006, and I Can Feel Your Pain 2008, as well as Music Soul Child and Selena Johnson's pop reggae album 9 in 2013. Today on the road to success, we're journeying with none other than Kemar FLAVA McGregor. FLAVA, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Kashim. Good afternoon, IRF, and good afternoon, Jamaica.
Look here, studio pretty style. No, I absolutely love it. No, first of all, FLAVA, thank you so much for taking time out to make this happen and, being patient because, we were in talks for a while now, but nothing before the time. So let us kick things off, though, FLAVA, with your foundation. Take us back to, your early life in Kingston, Montego Bay, and how you got introduced to music.
So it start first of all, right? So it started by Silver Steely, because Steely's from Augustown, and Steely used to live at my grandmother's house, and was doing music and stuff like that. So I grew up around Steely, which is also a family member and stuff like that. So it started right there, and also in my community, in Augustown, in a place called Angola. It started there by, the owner, which is Steve Mendes, of a skating ring, and they have a little sound system there. And I used to, go there. I think at the age of maybe like 12, going there and started messing around with music. So that's where it started, right there in Gossamer Villa, in Kingston 7, Augustown.
No, what I also found out by doing a deep dive in your bio, I found out that you, before producing, you did a stint in radio. Talk to us about that radio journey. Kemar FLAVA McGregor being a DJ, and how did that actually, kind of influence your path into production?
So, moved from Kingston to Montego Bay, I think I was like 15 years old, and started a link with DJ Lippo and
Liquid.
Master Wayne, who was DJ Lippo, is Liquid. Master Wayne, who was DJ Whistle. So we started out in Montego Bay by playing this sound system called In Excess at Pier 1. So that's where it started. And Liquid and Whistle and Bones, of course, who was DJ Bones, yes, we all were doing music in Montego Bay, and I actually get the name Flavor by Liquid, who's DJ Lippo. So he gave me that name because of how I spin and blend music. So credit to DJ Liquid, who was Lippo, my brother. He gave me that name.
So Flavor, no, so here it is. You're working at the radio station. You get the name DJ Flavor, or Flavor from ZJ Liquid. At what point you decided while at the because tell us about your job at the radio station. You were what? You were a DJ there. Well, at what point?
Well, actually, in Montego Bay, I was more like spinning the sound system at Pier One because I and DJ Liquid he actually kind of teach me some of the trick and stuff like that to make remix and stuff like that. So I used to like on the weekend, I think it was the Saturday night host party at 102. I used to go there with them and stuff like that. Me, Lippo, Master Wayne, and Bones, and that's where I kind of learn and get to understand about radio too as well.
Okay, got you. So at what point now on the journey, here it is, you're learning some tricks and stuff from ZJ Liquid. At what point did you decide that you want to transition from being a DJ into a producer?
Oh, so I moved back to Kingston, and when I moved back to Kingston, I was doing radio with Richie B, the party master, and RJR, right? And I used to spin for Richie B, and thanks to Richie B for the opportunity. I used to spin with him on afternoon radio, and I'm so good at mixing record. I was like, you know what? I think I actually want to start making record. I'm so good at mixing it. I want to start. And that's when I went into the studio and I produced my first record. And my first record that I produced was Turbulence Name and Number. That's the first record I produced.
But there is a story behind Name and Number, because initially there was somebody else that you wanted to be a part of the rhythm that didn't happen. Tell us that story and how you used that no into a yes into creating Name and Number that became a big tune for a lot of us.
So actually the beat, the rhythm itself was created for Sizzler, right? I created that for Sizzler and was trying to get Sizzler to record on it and, keep on getting, Cold Soul and stuff like that. And I saw Turbulence in the lobby of Mixing Lab. At the time, Turbulence was an open artist for Sizzler and Tour. And I said to him, yo, I have a beat, I have an idea for a song, and he said, okay, yeah, well, let's do it. And the rest was history.
Unexpected turbulence. Empress, I'd like to get to know you. Believe me, I have so many things to show you. In righteousness, I want to grow you. Let me tell you this. It was love at first sight.
So here it is, Flavor. Your very first effort was Name and Number. Would you say this was the song that gave you like your introduction to the music industry as Kemar Flavor McGregor, the producer?
Yeah, this is a song that actually give me the break as a producer, and this is a song who actually give Turbulence the break as an artist. So we both, achieved something from this great record.
Now, you also went on to creating a lot of magic with Egyptian. Talk to us about how that connection came about to two Billboard songs. Billboard albums, actually.
Yeah, so it's three albums. So I was working with Prestige at the time, and Prestige was introduced to me by Big A from Salute Big A. And while I was working with Prestige, he said to me, yo, there's an artist from Portmore, he's so good, him name Egyptian. Because a lot of people don't know that his name was Egyptian. And I was like, okay. And then, Prestige bringing by my house at the time.
One second, Flavor. Are you able to turn down your audio a little bit? There is like a little feedback, almost like an echo. If you can just turn down your volume a little bit.
Okay, all right, I did that. Yeah. So as I was saying, Prestige is the one who brought him to my house, because at the time I was doing music production at my house, and his name was Egyptian, and the first record, he did Serious Time before, but that record was off key and was not produced properly. So I went to the studio, myself, Egyptian, Dean Fraser. I think I've Sly playing the drums, and Bunga Herman and myself was playing key and keys, and we reproduced Serious Time, and then I produced Mama with him, and from then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should make an album with him, and that's when I started working on the album, with him.
And then from there, no Flavor, we realized that that's when the introduction with Green Sleeves Records and VP Records. What actually led you to, license your music with them initially, and how did that also expand your reach before that relationship got sour?
Well, actually, I, studied music in Germany, and my thing was never to do business with any of these reggae company, because I read a lot about them. I actually get introduced to VP record because of Egyptian, because I was working on an album with Egyptian for Sony Music, and Egyptian end up went behind my back and signed a deal with VP Records. So, and at the time, I didn't want to to get in a fight, with Egyptian or with VP. So my lawyer and my manager at the time said, you know what, let's just have the album go through them. Sony's upset, but let us do the deal, and that's when we restructured the deal, and the album was released to VP. So it wasn't. It's not something that I did want to work with VP, but because of what Egyptian did, why I ended up working with VP Records.
Okay, but and I remember specifically, Flavor. Like at that time, you also had Locks, and you were putting out a lot of music, and then there was a point where it was just radio silence with Kemar, Flavor, McGregor. What happened? Why it appeared that way? I'm not sure if it was around that time you also migrated, but I remember we were getting a lot of hits, a lot of great songs from you, and then everything just went quiet. What happened during those quiet moments?
Well, you know what? Like, producing so much hit records and showing so much love to these artists, and they show no respect and no loyalty. And I was like, you know what? Why putting in so much work, make so much sacrifice? I mean, I miss so much birthday parties and stuff like that for my kids, right? Just to make sure that these artists also can feed their kids, and also for them to have a better life. And there was no respect. There was I can't even call one artist name who I've produced over 10,000 reggae songs, and I can't call one artist name who ever say thank you, Kemar McGregor.
Oh, not one. Wow.
No, not one of them.
You serious, or are you just saying that?
No, I mean, listen. This is why I cut my locks, and I was like, most of these artists that I'm producing, these are like Rastafarian artists who preach love, right? And I was like, all I get from these so-called culture Rastafarian artists was hatred. And I was like, I don't want to be associate with this, and I just cut my locks and said, you know what, I'm just gonna do a different thing. But 10 Toes a record, and I've never gotten thanks, or none of them mentioned my name. I even remember recently when Queen Africa, she posted something to say, uh, Daddy Don't Touch Me There, was produced because of certain things that she went through when she was young. And when I saw the post, I was like, that's crazy. I'm still alive. Why would you say the record Daddy Don't Touch Me There produced because your dad or somebody, may mess with you when you're young? That's not true, because I remember when I go to Tony Rebel to say, hey, Tony, I want to make a record with Queen Africa, and Tony Rebel was against it. He was like, no, 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 you cannot. I'm not going to have her do this record because her dad is a legendary ska artist. And I said, who's that? And he said, Delroy Morgan. And if she sing the record like that, people's going to feel like she's talking to her dad. And I said, okay, Tony, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ensure that I shoot the video and not make Queen Africa play any form of role in the video, but she will just stand aside, and I would get persons to play the dad, etc. And when I saw her post, I was like, that is very disrespectful to use the record, to say,
hold on, Flavor. Let me understand what you're saying. So you're saying Daddy Don't Touch Me There is a song that you wrote for Queen Africa, or an idea that you brought to Queen Africa?
It's an idea, right?
Okay.
It is an idea, right? But I want her to say, Daddy Don't Touch Me There. And he will say, no, she can't do that. Because it will, people will make it will seem like she's talking about her dad. And that's the first time I heard of Delroy Morgan as a legendary ska. And I looked him up and I said, okay, let's meet. And I have all of this. All of this is documented. If you go on YouTube and type it in, you will see that I document this from back in 2007. I documented, and where we meet in Tony the office, so we talk about, we're going to shoot the video, etc. Whatever. But I'm just saying that for me to produce such a beautiful song, and this record mean a lot to me because I'm from the ghetto, and I've seen where a lot of time violence and crime plague our community, and when the police, soldier, and the adults in the community to protect the younger ones, they molest them. And so this mean a lot to me. And for her to use that song to say her dad or whatever mess with her, I was not there, but that record was not because of what she stated. And for me, that is like very disrespectful. And it shows you that what I'm saying is correct, that these artists, they don't show respect to producers who respect them and help them along the way. Because for her to say that is like, I'm not exist.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting there, because, there is also a different narrative, which you kind of alluded to. The fact that you mentioned the number 10, saying, 10,000 artists you record and not one would have said to you, thank you. That number 10, you also sued VP Records for $10 million US. Is that lawsuit finalized, or is it still before the court?
Well, this is like the third time I've sued VP Records. Like I've sued them before for my work, and it was very painful, but they understand that I'm not going to back down, and we come to amicable an arrangement, and they violate the settlement agreement twice, and now I'm back in court with them again.
Wow. So you're no stranger to like court battles. I know on the note of court battles as well, Cargo sued you, and he was victorious in that lawsuit, I think. Did that situation kind of change how you negotiate with an entertainer? What's that like as it relates to that experience? How do you move forward with doing business?
Let me correct you. Cargo did not sue me. Cargo did not sue me. I actually sued Cargo, right? So I sued Cargo for violating the agreement, and actually, no. Actually, he was, when you sue someone that is broke, and your lawyer advise you against it to say, hey, you're not gonna make any money from this. You know what? drop the lawsuit and move on. And my lawyers contact cargo lawyers at the time to say, hey, you know what? This is not going to help nobody or whatever. Let's just um, solve it. Kemar don't have nothing to do with this. It doesn't worth his time, and etc. And they refuse to accept it. And I just okay. So therefore, what he got? He got a default judgment. He got a default
Okay.
judgment against the company that was set up to operate our business at the time that we have. But there was no money in the company. His career was not earning anything, and so therefore the court awarded him a judgment against those entities. So that's what happened. So he didn't sue me. I sue him. There was no money there. I said let's squash it, and he didn't want to squash it. So he just used that to maybe get some buzz in his career. So he went to Jamaica, run to the media, and said, "Oh, I win 800,000, blah 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 blah." But that was not the case. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna really, like really try to disrespect Cog or anything, but I'm just stating what happened. You understand? And I would
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
He's very talented, and I'm mature and enough, to say if I did something wrong, I did something wrong. But we have a disagreement, and we move on. And me and Cargo talk today. We we
Yeah.
we we talk, we text, and if we feel like we want to make a record, we make a record. And in fact, I have a new record going to drop with him too as well. So,
With all these experience that you have garnered, real life experiences, Flavor, like through the course, what I wanted to also find out is if it influenced how you negotiate and document artist producer agreements today.
what it does, what it does to me is like whenever time I have to do something with Jamaican artists, I have a nightmare. I have sleepless
Really?
nights. Seriously, yeah. I'm not open to really work with reggae artists these days. It doesn't matter how great they are on top of the chart. I have no taste for it. Period. I mean, it's just a few of them that I really that really do good business, and I would salute them because not everybody's the same. Like for Elephant Man. Elephant Man is dope. He's cool. To me, he's very professional. Being a man, yo, king of the dancehall, yo, he's one of them. I can say I produced 10,000 record, and no artist ever say thanks or ever say to me, Kemar, here's some water to drink or here's something. Never. And I just started doing some production with Beanie Man, and we did some stuff here in Florida, and it went well. And Beanie did a massive show, and Beanie know I'm okay, but Beanie ensure that I get compensated. So I salute him for that, and sometimes they said one can make a difference, and Beanie is that difference. So I will salute him for that. He's the only one I can say thanks, not because he made me get some money or what like that. I don't need the money. I'm good. But it's just the fact that he
The
did that.
appreciation.
Yes, I was like, you know what? At least I can say, you know what? One person make a difference, and that to me is like it override a lot of things.
No, no,
What
no,
Beanie
Flavor.
did.
You made a bold statement a while ago as it relates to how you feel about reggae entertainers and not feeling like you want to work with them. Is Etana the exception?
I mean, I said none of them. I just call the names. As I said to you, the ones that I
But I know
think I
you were
would.
working with Etana before. I mean, did something happen? Was there a fallout? Because I know
Well,
Etana, Beanie Man, these are some of the
well,
people that were in your
well,
circle.
you know what? As I said to you, uh, sometimes you work with people and they don't appreciate what you do for them. And I'm now mature, and I'm not gonna bash anyone anymore. I've vent already online. I've vent and say all what I have to say. But like when there's disagreement, I use my attorney to resolve it. And there was a disagreement with Etana, and I pay her for the record, and she signed an agreement, and we move on. Never again I will ever work with her.
Oh, wow. That is breaking news. Wow,
Never.
wow. So is it then that FLAVA, moving forward, does this mean that you're going to be working with more dancehall entertainers? And, sometimes as humans as well, when things happen and we are like the main person in the middle of everything, have you done any introspection to look at it to say, is it something that you are doing, wrong per se, why you encounter like all of this type of situation that makes you feel the way you're feeling as it relates to reggae entertainers?
As I said to you, like for me, I'm more mature. If I do something, I would admit that I'm wrong, and I do soul searching for myself, and I was like, is it I'm the problem, right? And I said no because after working with like major label in America and hip hop and R&B artists, and this is what they said to me. Kemar, we love dancehall and we love reggae, but we just don't want to align our brand with it because the people there are very ungrateful and they're selfish and they're
Oh,
not
wow.
professional. So I was like, okay, now I can breathe better. So it's not just me. And if you notice over the years, like hip hop and R&B artists, they're more divert to Africa and even collaborating with soca artists more because of how Jamaican artists do business. So it's not me. It's how they do business. It's just all about them. They don't show respect to the disc jockey, the producer, the media, people who help them, right? And I'm not gonna be on your program and say to you that producer are not bad, manager are not bad. I'm not gonna say that because you're a bad producer, you're a bad manager. But I can speak for myself that all I've done is just help these people and show them love. And I've speak vocally about it online. And not one of them today can say Kemar's lying. Not one of them. Even Morgan Heritage, like they didn't show me the respect. Like nothing to smile about. I'm the one who actually wrote that with Peter. Gramps was not even in the studio. When it said look at the Gully side, where it say Canterbury now with Flanker, Motown, Peter, they don't know about those places. They were not born in Jamaica. But they don't call my name. They don't say thank you, Kemar. None of them. Nesbeth too, the same thing. I'm the one who, make Nesbeth, actually get his break in the music industry. And when he get his break, and I say, hey Nesbeth, I invest a lot of money into you. You know what he said to me? You don't remember.
Wow. On that note, FLAVA, we're gonna come back. Very, very steamy conversation. You're dropping a lot of your truths. Stick and stay. Cash Pot is next. Don't go anywhere.
Oxymaster make everything cleaner.
The time by Oxymaster, the stain blaster is...
It is now 12:59. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success. We are journeying with Kemar FLAVA McGregor. He's holding back no punches, raw and uncut. Yes, filtered because it's radio, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Unexpected turbulence. Empress, I'd like to get to know you. Believe me, I have so many things to show you. In righteousness, I want to grow you. Let me tell you this.
Welcome to the official live drawing of the Supreme Ventures Lottery Games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon to you. It is a Thursday, January 22, 2026. I am Taiba and welcome to a 1 p.m. live game draw. Before we begin, here's a quick look at the mid-morning winning numbers. All the games that they're being supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Let's put some money in your top draw for $600,000. Here now are your winning top draw numbers. Good luck. Your first number coming down is the number 10. Next up, we have a 12. Your third winning top draw number for this afternoon is 14. After 14 is the number 21. Just in case you have plans for the jackpot, you need 13. So now, let's pick a play with our dollars game. I hope you're feeling lucky. The winning numbers are coming your way. Let's start dollars off with a 29. Next in line is a 35. Your third winning dollars number for this afternoon is a 2. That's followed by lucky number 5. Next up in our dollars game is 25. And coming down next, the lucky number 6. Here comes a 3. Now after 3, what will it be? 17. The number 22 is next, followed by 34. Here comes a 10, and let's wrap things up with the number 19. So now, for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. The winning numbers are coming right up. First up, we have 26, your second Pick 2 number, 13. Once again, 26 and 13 are your winning Pick 2 numbers. Up next, you can play 3 ways. That's, of course, our Pick 3 game. Let's go. First up, we have a 2, your second Pick 3 number. Also 2, and your third and final number, 7. Once again, 2, 2, and 7 are your winning Pick 3 numbers. It's time to turn up your winnings. Get ready for Pick 4. And first up, we have a 3, your second Pick 4 number. 8, your third number coming up. 4, and your fourth and final number is an 8. Once more, your winning Pick 4 numbers are 3, 8, 4, and 8. It's easy to win. What do you say we heat things up with that pick? Let's go. This afternoon's winning hot pick number is 14. Congratulations to all our hot pick winners. Again, your winning number is 14. We know you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner, and let's see what your winning number will be. This afternoon's winning cash pot number is 34, and the lucky mark is baby. Now let's mega your winnings, and good luck. What will it be for this afternoon? A white ball has been selected, and no, it's time for the monster winning. So good luck once more. What will it be? A white ball has been selected. Let's take a look at the winning numbers, and of course, congratulations to everyone who won. And a huge congratulations to our newest lotto winner who won the jackpot of $71 million. The winning ticket was purchased at I&I Souvenir and Things in Westmoreland. Are you the lucky winner? Check your tickets now. Come back at 3 o'clock for more games you love to play. I am Taiba. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than Kemar, FLAVA, McGregor. Now, FLAVA, before the cash pot break, you were in the process of just talking about how reggae entertainers in particular, you were saying that they are ungrateful and you were in the process of giving us details as it relates to Nesbeth. So we'll just continue.
No, what I was saying with Nesbeth, I mean, like, everyone know Nesbeth that when Nesbeth started out with Board House and Guns Out and all these songs, I actually, have Nesbeth in the studio, kind of like, ensure that he's on key. I started his career, and I've spent a lot of money to Nesbeth, like a lot of marketing and promotion. And when Nesbeth break, and start making money, and I call him up and I say, yo, and I still have the contract. And I could take him to court, but it's fine. Sometimes you just choose your battles, right? And that's not one I'm gonna take on. But when Nesbeth started making money, and I said, hey, you know what? I think it's time that you can pay me. And he said he don't remember. Yeah, he said he didn't remember. I have to contact his lawyer. So for me, as I said to you, I'm more mature, and I know that karma is something that is when karma come at you, it's dangerous. And for me, there's no way I am the problem, and I'm so successful today, and I proudly here on your show can say I have never took anything from none of these artists. All I give them is just my love, right? And I speak about it vocally. And none of my success, sorry to say, but they didn't contribute to it, because as I said, they never call my name. Nothing. And you know what? But one thing I know I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for IRFM. My soul rest in peace. He's the one to look at me and say, hey, you're going to be great. My first record was Play on IRFM by Big A. I salute you, Big A. Sunshine, yo, Ran Mushet, Bones, Kashim. So my journey started at IRFM. And I can imagine my journey started 23 years ago at IRFM. And today I'm on IRFM actually.
Amazing. Can you turn down your audio a little bit more, Flavor? I get in a slight feedback.
Okay, I'll turn it down more. Yes,
okay,
I'll turn it down.
Great. So hearing you talk and saying that you have given of yourself and your expertise and money to like a lot of entertainers, and ever so often you'll hear some of the same names that you've called, they would openly credit somebody else. Why is it, do you feel like you don't get that credit or that respect, even though, like you've said, you've been there, you've done the work?
I believe because I'm humble, and most reggae artists, they love when a producer sometime or a rough gangster probably link with crime and stuff like that, and I'm humble. I'm and maybe because of my kindness and my humbleness, they take it for weakness, and even I could say even like Richard Spice when I produce The Plain Land, right? I actually was in New York, and I heard a record by Carlton Livingston. Coming from center. And when I flew to Jamaica, I was like, yo, Richie, I have an idea for a record. And I called him in the studio. The Plain Land? Yes, The Plain Land. Where they get it from? That is taken from Carlton Livingston. That's where it come from. And I don't know, Richard Spice and his team, they took that record and put it on his album, Gideon Boot, and was giving the credit to the late Bobby Digital. So if you look at Richard Spice's album, Mission in Progress, you will see that record. And no one came to me and said, hey, Kemar, you know what, we need a record for Richard Spice's album. So it was all disrespectful all across the board from all of them. From all of them. Even when I produced the Barry Salmon record, I Surrender, they took it, and it was a big fight, So as I said to you, I have no appetite to work with artists from Jamaica, just a few of them, especially the culture one, them, the one that speak love. I'm done with them. You know, there's still some dancehall artists that I respect and I will always work with. As I said to you, Beanie Man, yo, Salute the King, yo, Ellie Dope, Tifa, Ayaktin, Turbulence, Ginger, yo, Chanel Muir, oh, I love her. A couple of them, Craft. There's a couple of them. I think I will take my chance with a few of the dancehall artists, but it's not business as usual. If I'm going to work with them, you'd have to go through my attorney, my whole entire team, because I'm a Jamaican, but I don't do business like a Jamaican.
Wow. Wow, Flavor. You have really shared a lot with us, and I think I now have a better understanding of why you move the way you move because of some of what you have experienced. But irrespective of everything we experienced doing a Flavor, remember that you came back hot and heavy the other day with a remake of Dave Kelly's Bug Rhythm, and you call your rhythm the Insect Rhythm, and I see where the rhythm had a whole heap of entertainers on it. What actually propelled you for say do a remake of Dave Kelly's rhythm, and why was it so open to so many entertainers on it, despite what you would have experienced?
And if you notice, then it was a dancer. This is me now saying, oh, you know what? I've get burned by these reggae artists who wear locks and say that they're dealing with love. Let's try some dancehall because as I said to you, because of Beanie and how we work together and Elephant, that's how I even come up with the idea to like say, okay, I'm gonna do some dancehall record because of the respect I get from a few dancehall artists. And I said, I'm going to try it. And even now, I have a lot of international record that I'm working on with so many, big artists, which I include Elephant Man and Being a Man and all these massive new projects I'm going to drop with Snoop Dogg, with Kendrick Lamar, with Rick Ross, T.I., Summer Walker. Oh my God, there's so much new records that's coming. And a lot of them is going to be more of a 90s kind of dancehall vibe, because I
Okay.
really think, yes, yeah, because we need to go back. We need to go back to our roots. We need to find ourselves as Jamaican musician. We need to understand that trap music is not our culture, right? And I'm not trying to beat down the younger generation who's doing it, right? But someone who make it in the music industry and very successful need to tell them that trap music is hip hop. And hip hop, the station in America would not accept trap dancehall as dancehall. It's dead on arrival. It's been going on for what, over 10 years, and up to now, there's nothing. Someone said to me like on an interview, but oh, look at Skillabang, look at Shensia, their numbers are great. And I said their numbers are great on the collaboration that she did with Mariah Carey or they did, but none of these top artists have really great numbers to land them on the pop Billboard chart. The only time they go there is when they do a collab. If you look at iTunes or look at all the DSP worldwide, it's still the Vegas Edzai, it's still the Murder She Wrote, Shaka Demons and Pliers, it's still the Beanie Man Sim Simmer, it's still the Master Griffiths Let Your Boogie, it is still the Matt Cobra, it is still our legendary artists. And if you go on Apple Music and you click Modern Dancehall, you know who's there? Sister Nancy Bam Bam, Beanie Man Sim Simmer. So the evidence is there. So I'm saying to young upcoming producers, I mean, you can put your twists and the music do evolve, but if we're going to lose our identity, we're in trouble. And right now, dancehall and reggae is in trouble because we we lose our identity and we're now pushing our culture aside, which put all of us on the map and feeding us. We become Americanized when America don't want Jamaica to be Americanized. The world wants us to be Jamaica because of our food, our lifestyle, how we party, and we're
We're
moving away from that.
authentic.
Yeah, we're no longer authentic. The music has no substance. After 2 weeks, you know, I, I don't know how you guys survive as DJs and a radio station in Jamaica. I don't know how you keep up because the music has no substance. I don't know how you guys even manage to play the music because dancehall and reggae is rhythms where multiple artists go on the same beats, and that's how we get it songs, right? But no, the artists them are so selfish. Like this Alkaline will say, "Oh, I'm not vicing a rhythm if popcorn on it." This artist will say, "Oh, I'm not vicing a rhythm, if Vibes Cartel on it." So there's so much segregation. There's no unity, and then this is why there's no it song because we cannot have the great Vibes Cartel, the great Beanie Man, the great Alkaline, Massacre, Bounty Killer, you know, on one beat. We can't have, the Sizzler, the Capitan, the Chronics, blah, 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 and all of them on one beat. We don't have that no more. And therefore, our culture and dancehall is dead. And
So,
we
so,
kill it. We kill dancehall, we kill reggae.
so was that why you went for Dave Kelly's rhythm, and how did you get it? Because Dave Kelly is like absolutely no face. You just know the name and he's legendary. Did you have to go through a lot of loopholes to get that?
Well, all right. So when you are doing music in Jamaica and doing music in America, it's totally different, right? There's law in America that protect a producer when you do like an interpolation of a record, right? So, for instance, I reach out, I research, and I found Dave Kelly, publisher, and his manager, and I say, hey, I want to redo the bug and blah blah blah, and they said, okay, go ahead, because I have to show respect, like. I mean, I grew up listening to Dave Kelly, right? And even though there's law, and I can get to that, but because I grew up listening to these legendary producers, I was like, yo, for me, I have to find Dave Kelly, and I find his team, and I say, hey, I'm working on this project, and I really want to redo the bug with him. And so when I played, I sent it to them, and I said, take a listen to it, and they said, well, we like it, and we put together all the splits. I give it to them. We send it over to Sony, and I did a second rhythm for Dave Kelly, and same thing happened. And now, Tony Kelly, I just reached out to Tony Kelly, and I said, hey Tony, I like this beat you create. I want to do something with Snoop Dogg on it, and Craft and Beanie Man, Elephant Man, Pampite and a couple others,
Is that
you
a
know, yeah.
collaboration? Is that a
Yes.
collaboration or okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's a collaboration of 13 artists on it, right? 13. It's Snoop Dogg, Beanie Man, Elephant Man, Vanessa Bling, Kraft, Chanel Muir, Tifa, oh my, Pampite, Stefflon Dan, and another massive artist on it, international artist. So it's a major collab. And I reached out to Tony Kelly and I said, I want to do it. And he gave me the blessing, and I redid the beats, and it's gonna drop soon. So like for me,
Amazing. So
yeah.
we're looking forward to that massive collaboration flavor. But one thing I want to ask you though, like I know the energy that you had when you got the bug rhythm and you remade it and you call it the insect. Did you feel like you would have gotten a major hit from that rhythm? And how do you feel about just how the project went overall?
So all right. I could have got a major hit from the insect rhythm. The Buju Banton, This Is Jamaica, could have been a major hit if Buju Banton and his team support the record. Because the dancing video that I produced, being a genius, coming up calm, contact Arville and Christian say, hey, let's create a dance for this. And when we create a dance, it went viral, Shade Room, all the international platform.
It was fresh.
Yeah, it was fresh. So all the international platform run the record, and I reached out to Buju Banton management team, and I said, "Yo, Buju's going to be in New York. This record is viral. Let's fly both our the dancers to New York. I'll pay for it so they can dance to the record, and Buju can perform it." And Buju team tell me they're not interested in that. All they're interested in is just collecting money from Buju show. That's what they told me.
Wow.
Yeah, and I contacted Buju and I said, Buju, you know what? I need to get this record post on your profile. And, because his team who handled his social handles, they refused to post it, saying that how they have to probably go to DJ Khaled, or they have to go through such and such and such and such. I was like, okay, fine. But when I contacted Buju and I was like, yo, this record is viral. The record have over like 2 million streaming, right? And how many record Buju drop this day gonna get 2 million streaming the first week? And Buju posted, and I respect him for that to post it. But the support that the record should have gotten from the artist and his team, it didn't got it. So the record even got picked up by BT and MTV, and stuff like that. So like if they're gonna showcase something about Buju, they actually use This Is Jamaica. And as I said to you, this is one of the reasons why working with reggae artists, I have nightmare. I sleep on it. I think about it if I'm really going to do it, and I select the very few that I'm going to do business with. I'm very selected few.
But in general though, Flavor, like the business itself is kind of rugged and rough, whichever industry you're in. So there are certain things that you won't, you can't avoid, like it will happen. Is that something that you're also prepared for as it relates to? I know you said that you're working with a lot of dancehall entertainers, but the mindset and the thinking is that, dancehall is a little more gritty in comparison to reggae. So are you prepared if it is a similar outcome with the dancehall entertainers? And does that mean if you're burnt by dancehall entertainers, for example, means that you're going to hang up your producer cap?
So as I said to you, I choose the ones then that I know are
Yes.
open to and understand. And as a producer who have experience, like right now, I'm producing Being a Man new album, which is going to be one of the greatest album that going to be released out of our culture. And this record is not going to release as the primary genre, dancehall or reggae. It's going to be released as hip hop and then subgenre reggae. And that's going to be a great album. And for me to really want to produce a reggae or album today with a dancehall artist, that speak volume. And I choose Beanie, and the album is going to be
Yeah.
great. And because Beanie to me, if I called Beanie and I said, Beanie, I need you in Florida to shoot a video for a record, he's going to be there. Just like now, I'm going to drop Beanie have a new record coming out that's got called Immortal. That record is going to blow the place up. And I said, Beanie, I called him in Christmas. I said, Beanie, I finished mix the record. I need you in Florida. And he was on tour, and he called me and he said, I will be there. And
Yeah.
with that approach, and for Beanie, who have been dominating reggae and dancehall for so many years, and he's still hungry, and he's still hoping and willing to learn the music business today and to adapt. It speaks volume that he was said, I'm ready.